solstice.
I'm just telling you ahead of time. Pagan festivals, there's usually naked people dancing around. So
Well,
yeah, there
I didn't know
is.
that.
There-
I wasn't
there is.
really thinking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roger's mind's in the gut.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now. Some human bodies just should not be seen naked. Okay,
Glad.
so you know what I mean. So you're not.
I think
Don't be
he
just.
drink.
No,
On the show
you need a
adds to it.
glass.
I think it adds to it.
Yeah. Don't be thinking that it's like all these beautiful people there dancing to pagan music.
I was reading. They said that if
No,
you're
they're real fat people and
they
stuff.
said if you're born on the summer solstice, though, that it's a good thing there anyway.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. It's.
Oh yeah, they put you on a throne of gold and put a crown of gold on your head, and you'd be at the center of Stonehenge for people worshiping you and
Yeah,
dancing
sure.
around you with torches and stuff. Yeah, they'd be.
Just be
It's
careful.
amazing. Station went from like Hollywood conspiracy theories to pagan rituals with naked people dancing at Stonehenge.
You keep talking
Sting-
like that, she's gonna be getting a ticket to frickin' England and shit, dude.
Yeah.
You,
I mean, I guess Sting has got the castle there, and he actually, I think he did tell a story about it's haunted too.
He lives in
He said it was haunted.
he lives in an old castle that was built in the 1000s
Yeah.
at some point or something. Which I'm actually a little bit jealous of him for, because
Yeah.
that'd be badass.
He said it was haunted.
That'd be badass to live in that. Man, I'd go. He goes out there and sits and has his morning coffee at Stonehenge and watches the sunrise among Stonehenge. I mean,
Yeah, that's
Come on, man.
crazy.
Oh.
We have to go out in our yards and look outside the trees or something.
see, Mark, you could be doing that, but nope,
yeah,
you could be doing that.
Actually, earlier today, this morning, I was watching a video, a YouTube video that was released earlier yesterday, about connections between Scotland and Hawaii, and how Hawaii
doing that.
being the only state in that actually has a royal castle on it. Like Hawaii had its own royalty before America, or before it became the US, and there's a connection between Scottish landscape artist and the Hawaii monarchy. So,
Really?
yeah. So, there was a sort of there's all these jokes about making Canada part of the US, make Hawaii part of Britain again.
Well,
Oh, like, did you say Hawaii part of Britain?
yeah.
Yeah. Why not? If the US wants to have Canada as part of the US, we do a trade. You can have Canada, we can have Hawaii.
Well, I mean, that's not really a fair trade. Well, I mean, I guess now we've already pretty much screwed Hawaii up all to hell, so we could just give it to you now.
Yeah.
It's not as like back in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? When you watched old 80s TV shows of Hawaii, it was beautiful. Now when you watch,
Hawaii, very popular tourist.
it might be
place.
popular, but it's not beautiful anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She jokingly said she's getting tired of waiting on you.
But don't wait on him. I told you not to.
Now, when it comes
What
to
does he make you do?
when it comes to the whole Canada thing, you're not up to date on the new story, though, are you? Like now,
Don't do that because he'll think he'll take advantage of you.
the King of England is coming over to visit Trump, and they're going to make a deal to where we join the kingdom, so we're going to be a part of the British island.
I've heard that. Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Not doing that, is he?
Did you say that?
No.
Did you say that Roger? Did you say the King of England is visiting Trump
And
and trying to make a deal to where the British Isles become part of the United States?
know where the United States becomes a part of the British Empire.
I don't.
That's
I didn't hear.
Yeah,
That would have been.
that's the newest bit of information that comes out. You know what I mean? It's
I But how can we become part of the British Empire when Alberta's talking about joining us and we just acquired Greenland, I think, as a new territory?
Well, that's the whole thing.
You've not acquired. You haven't made a deal with Denmark yet.
We made some kind of bid on it. I don't know where it's at now.
Well, see, you guys are missing the point there, though.
Oh, Denmark.
We're consolidating is what it is, okay? So what's going to end up happening is we're going to take and get Greenland. We're going to pull in Canada. And then after we pull in Canada, we're going to join the British Empire and become a part of this conglomerate freaking district. So we're going to have the Northern District, and then the African nations are going to do the same thing, and then the Asians are going to do the same thing. We're going to have 4 different districts, and then eventually that's going to consolidate into one world order.
I don't get him his cash. The only thing I get.
So I didn't hear anything about us becoming part of the British Empire.
Yeah, it was just news. It came out like 2 weeks ago.
You sure that
it's not news? It's fictional news.
Yeah.
I think that's fake news.
Well, it's just like England or Canada.
Now, I will say Alberta, Canada, is talking about if the Liberals win the election there this October, they are talking about drafting up demands to Ottawa. And if Ottawa doesn't follow their demands, they're either going to become their own country or become the 51st state of the United States. There actually is a thing going on with that. That actually is in the works.
I'm not sure if it's an actual thing. It's more
Well, it's kind of like...
I don't see that happening.
It probably won't, but I mean it's being talked about and thrown around a whole lot, but
I feel sorry for them if they do join the United States. Like Canadians don't fit in with this country, you know what I'm saying? Like they're like Care Bears and Rainbow Bright, you know what I mean? It's like...
Also, that raises a big question about the Commonwealth. Well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you think that it would be an issue with England if we just kind of take it as our own and say, you know, look, England, when you don't have anything to say about it?
Well, you can't take any part of Canada or your own. That would be technically an invasion, and that would be tantamount to a world war.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
because NATO Article 5. Yeah.
To get Canada from England, we'd have to put in a bid to England. We'd have to probably bid on it.
And then there would have to be a referendum in Canada.
Yeah. There'd have to be a vote on it and everything. The only thing that looks like it may happen or is being talked about potentially happening right now, which probably won't happen, is the Alberta thing. But that's not all of Canada. That's just a single province. Yeah. And that'll be up to them to decide whether they take the way or not.
I personally cannot see that happening. No.
Well, I mean, England is really hard up for money right now, too. So you got to also take that in consideration.
Great Britain rather than England.
Well, yeah.
Remember the United Kingdom.
We can talk.
Great Britain is actually, their finances aren't really as great as what everybody makes it out to be.
And 30
That's always... You could argue about that about any European country. You could argue about that about the US and all the issues surrounding tariffs, recent tariff news.
Our bad economy though is like really good for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like when we have a bad economy, you guys actually have a better one. So. It's
in theory, but again, there's the entire Eastern Europe issue at the moment.
Well, we're just talking about England, though. I mean,
yeah, it's all related.
We'll
nothing happens in the vacuum.
Yeah, I mean,
Usually, generally, whenever our economy is bad, England is doing good, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Generally, I'm just saying. And if you want to incorporate the rest of Europe, and go ahead, dude. But I'm just saying.
I mean, they do play a factor in there to a point, but it's kind of it's a complex variety of issues and what have you.
And nobody likes Europe. I mean, seriously, be serious, dude. Like, even England hates them with a passion. Like,
they probably should.
I don't know.
Yeah, right. French
especially
people.
Well, I guess we'll get back to what do we talk about? Some more stuff, or
I'm trying to tie it all what we're talking about now somehow, but we got so far off our train of thought. I don't know how we get back to what we were talking about.
Just start on the next topic you had.
I don't know. I guess we were kind of talking about.
We could talk about how a lot of the rock stars and stuff that we think have died.
Oh, there was one I just thought about was Jimi Hendrix. Stevie Ray Vaughan had an interview not too long ago. I was watching it, and Stevie Ray Vaughan was talking about Jimi Hendrix, and he said, he really didn't die the way they said he did. And he said, I really can't talk about it. So I looked it up a little bit. I did a little research on it. And I guess some people think that Jimi Hendrix was worth more dead than alive because of the recordings and how much money he'd make after he died. And that he really didn't overdose himself, that it was, he was killed. But I had never heard that. I mean, and I was around in the 60s, Jimi Hendrix was big, but yeah. So that was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's actually a video where Stevie Ray Vaughan mentions that briefly, but then he just leaves it at that.
But he was pretty upset about it.
I can post it, maybe if we can use the video, like put it in the link in the description section or something.
You can. It's out
maybe
there.
I can send you a link, but that's up to you, Roger.
And then Stevie Ray Vaughan was another one that, he died in a helicopter crash just at he was at the height of his career. He was, not completely, he was just going. He was going to be phenomenally successful, and he was successful, but even more.
Makes me wonder if he wasn't killed himself after having said that. Maybe.
Well, I never thought about that. But he wasn't supposed to be on the helicopter that night. I think his brother was going to go, but his brother was engaged to some lady, and they couldn't all fit on the copter. So she just said, "You go, and we'll go in a car." And so he ends up getting on this copter. And I think Eric Clapton was actually supposed to be with them, but he didn't go for some reason either. There's a lot of weird things about the night.
Now you mentioned Eric Clapton, that actually rings a bell. Yeah, I remember reading something about this many years ago.
Yeah, it was in the 90s, wasn't it? Or was that
very late 80s?
Yeah. I think, and